In the night, just eyes gleam bright, hunting for laughs in the neon light.
I look pretty good for a dead bitch.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right, so let's just get right into this. So, this person known as Ansha, when did she start giving you guys like money, and when did that all start going down?
It happened around like April, May, and she started giving us money and, saying how much she liked us and she cared for us and just basically love bomb.
And then she just started side messaging Jason on or whatever when he was working.
We were talking on Instagram. Jason was talking to her mostly about like music and like scary stuff and haunted houses and stuff like that. No big deal, and then she just started showing her nudes, and I happened to have picked up the phone when she sent it, and I'm like, what the hell is this to Jason? Like, what the fuck is going on between you two? Jason's like, nothing happened. And I blocked her on Instagram for that. And she just, for the last few months, been kind of like, can I please talk to you again, blah, 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 and getting obsessive. And, just like a week ago, my volume's low. Let me put it a little higher. Is that better?
That's fine for me.
All right. But, where was I? Yeah. And it was just like a couple days ago, I was just like, she said she's sorry, and I'm a forgiving person, so I forgave her, and I was like, fine, no titty pics or anything like that. I don't want to see that. But then I noticed on her community tab that she started talking about me and tagging me constantly, and
yeah, this community tab right here.
Oh wow, and a bunch of other people she was tagging. And I saw what Renee said, and I'm like, oh my god, she did the same thing to Draven and Renee.
Here's her pills.
She actually is showing her pills.
Oh yeah, I mean
I didn't see that.
Oh, this is from a day ago.
Oh, she's been blocked, so I wouldn't know. Yeah,
I blocked her as well. So basically, she had never stopped giving you guys money, or did stop giving you guys money because now she gave you $10 the other day?
She gave us $10 the other day. But like she got us into quite a hole in our other PayPal because she like said that I was gonna sell her goods, and she said she didn't give me the goods I wanted, and it's like, what? I didn't sell anything. She put it in the seller's market instead of the friends and family part of it, and I didn't know. So she flagged everything.
Yeah, so she put in her community tab that I was paying you to make a video, that video you made, and then I'm paying you right now. And like, did I pay you anything?
No, I've gotten no money at all. I'm doing this out of my own free will.
Yeah, which a lot of people are, against you doing, and I understand, because I do want to ask, some questions since I have you on, of course. I am not a monster. I don't try to be. I just try to, I've tried to just call out what I thought would be bad behavior, and I understand, like, everybody has a bad day. Everyone has a bad month. Everyone has a bad couple months. That's normal. But, I just think sometimes some people should not be together, and it can't be like, oh, you did it or he did it or whatever. It could be both sides type of thing. It takes two to tango, and sometimes people aren't. I mean, I've dated. I've been with people like that in the past where no matter what I try to do to make it work, it just, wasn't going to, and it was hurting me more being there because just like, I don't know, something would always get me to either do bad things or get into horrible fights. I think that's just, that it's like that with some people, but I guess, sometimes you feel like if you have nowhere else to go, you're kind of stuck. But I do think that when some people are like, hey, maybe you guys should try this method or that method, I don't think they're all trolling you. I think some people have had this happen to them, in their lives, and they think, well, this would be, better, because your ultimate goal is you want to try to find some place to stream, right? Both of you. It's like a streaming platform where you guys...
I just want to be able to speak if I want to speak. I want to be able to, just do regular internet things. I don't want to get into drama with people. I don't want to deal with their name calling and their middle school mentality. I just want to do my own thing. That's all.
Yeah, because so you basically started this from the Google Plus days, right?
Before that, I was streaming since 2007. So since pretty much the very beginning of YouTube, I was there streaming.
And I was hearing you made a video recently, and you were talking about your first husband, Doug. And you said you found out that, what did you say, he was a meth head or a meth dealer?
He got...
Past tense.
Yeah, he's, I guess, in prison for meth dealing.
Still.
Well, the thing is I left him in 2009 when my son was an infant. And I left him because he was doing crack, and I don't want to deal with crack dealers. I've heard way too many things about them, and shooting people and killing families. So I went up to Duluth, Minnesota with my dad. So I just found this out recently through a random thing that happened through a random police file on Facebook in his area. Because I was literally trying to find him, but I've been trying to find him. Well, for my son's sake, but I haven't heard from him in 17 years or something like that now.
So Doug has no idea what happened. And I guess you feel like even if he did know what happened, he wouldn't do anything about it.
No, he's been a deadbeat our whole, since he's always been a deadbeat. So I just...
You ever try to take him for child support?
Yeah, he's been to jail for that too. But
so
he hides from the government, so it's very hard to collect anything from him.
So the last time you saw him or any of the children, that you said that they were 9 years old, or the oldest one was 9 years old?
No. No, they haven't seen him since they were babies. So, it's been years.
But you didn't know that he was doing drugs or selling drugs. You were just not getting along with them.
No, I found out he was doing crack, and I left him that day.
How did you
divorce him?
Yeah, how did you meet Doug? Because I don't know much about Doug. I'd never seen him online, right? He doesn't have an online presence.
No, he doesn't have any online presence. But I met him technically at a Linkin Park concert with Korn. But we really got to know each other in college. So,
Well, like even stuff like that, I don't know. I know there's people you don't want to talk about, so I won't say their name. So I'll go by sources. Sources said that you didn't graduate high school. I know you had some traumatic things happen to you in high school.
that's a lie.
So you did graduate.
Yeah. How
And
else
you
would
went-
I get into college?
Well, I mean, I know some people they don't graduate and they go back to high school, like they get their GED and then they can go to college that
No,
way.
I graduated.
But you had a bad confrontation with your principal, right?
That happened when I was 14. I went to homeschooling after that.
Okay, so you were able to graduate at home?
Yeah.
And what your parents did the homeschooling?
Yeah.
So get on talking about them real quick. I mean, I don't want to go too much into them, but didn't so your mom like had a little like what was it? She kind of like took a break from your dad for a couple years. I know they went back together, but right? She had like a
few
boyfriend.
years, yeah. Yeah.
Is that what made you feel like, hey, I don't like you anymore? Or you kind of like...
No, it was the abuse I gone through my whole life with her.
Well, I mean, I know you have other siblings and stuff, so like...
Yeah.
They didn't do anything about like because
they enabled it.
all right, because the videos that I saw, like your mom was, there's a video that you were upset over something, and your mom like came outside and she walked on the rocks and she said that she loved you. I mean, and again, I don't know, maybe when the camera was off, it was different.
It was.
I have no idea. I just know what I saw in the video.
I always wanted to have a close relationship with her, but she never wanted me.
So you feel like
peaceful.
you were closer with your father?
Oh, absolutely. I was closer to my father, but he didn't do me any favors in the end either. No, he went along with her bullshit.
Well, he did let you drive the truck, right? And didn't he have some, like, your mom say he had some leg surgeries or something?
He had a double knee surgery, yeah.
Oh.
And, I drove. Yeah, I drove the truck. I had to go to work.
Oh, well, that was nice of him to do. And the thing is, with your parents, if you always have a decent relationship with them, when you get sick in life, you can be like, hey, what's wrong with you? So I can look out for these, things in my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's get back to what was happening. So you guys gave this person a mod, right? And then what happened? You just saw what she was doing on her...
Yeah, I was seeing what she was doing on her communicate. I saw that she's friends with Ella, and I was like, what the fuck? Saying she's a nice person, and all this woman does is trash me. How can you say you're my friend and then say someone's nice who's trashing your other friend? I don't play that fucking game.
Well, I don't know. The person was trying to say that she was my friend too. She's still a member on my channel. Still a member. I've tried every way to not have her be a member, but there's nothing I can do on my end. They have to just stop paying membership.
I think she gets obsessed over good-looking guys.
Or you said guys that are just married or with somebody.
Yeah, like I think good-looking men who are married, and she thinks she's that good-looking that she can go and ruin a marriage.
But you think the whole thing's a troll?
I think this is more than a troll. I think she gets off on doing this stuff.
Hey, I see you got Jason's looking skinnier than ever today. So skinny he's not. I can't see him. Oh wait, sorry, he's not in the chair. Where is he?
I can show you he's alive and fine.
Okay.
Can you
Oh no,
go
I
over
was
and
just saying because there's an empty
so I don't have to
chair.
get, like, is he alive?
Why is he so pissed off at me? I mean, like, I understand, like, a shot's been fired. Dude, I don't understand the animosity. Like, I totally, I want him to I want to know, like, what's up. Like, I just feel like he's kind of just standing back there.
He's going through a lot right now, and I don't want to push him.
You guys still don't have AC in that house?
No.
How can you live like that? It's been hot this year. Like, for real, like,
you pour water on you and you try to stay under the fan.
You guys have the fans going on blast?
Yeah, we do.
But, like, for real, if you just go, you have, like, a porch, right? Go to the porch, like, 10 minutes a day. That will just, just help out so much if you have a, what you said, a vitamin D3 deficiency.
Yeah, I have a vitamin D deficiency, and it sucks bad. It's destroyed my teeth. It destroys my energy. So that doesn't help because that, like, you're more prone to depression when you have low energy. So, plus the pain in my body doesn't help very much. And, it's very hard being a pain patient and having, like, a silent, invisible disease that other people can't see, because they think you're always faking, and it's like, no, I wish I was faking. That would be nice to not have a day where I'm not in agonizing pain, but that's not the case for me.
Well, it's because, to be fair, it's because you've said things before, and maybe you thought these were the things, maybe you thought this was something, and it ended up not being that. So I don't know if you went to the doctor, and then, what you thought was something serious was something benign or something like that.
Well, it's still, like, inconclusive what's going on. They're monitoring my breasts, so I'm still waiting for, the okay to get these lumps out of my breast, because I really want them gone.
But you need to go to get a biopsy, and sometimes even when you get a biopsy, you gotta, like, get a second opinion. You always want to get, like, a second opinion anywhere if it's going to be some sort of serious surgeries or serious, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I found out about myself. I got biopsied in the leg, and it hurt bad. Because they gotta,
I believe it.
They gotta go down real far. But you know what? At least if you get that area biopsy, then people can't just say it's this, that, or the other thing.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting on the doctor to okay it. So, like I said, in a couple of weeks when I see him, it's on. It's like, I want this puck out of me. I'm done with it having on me.
How long has it been like that?
Over a year at this point.
I mean, you think you guys got something when you were in that hotel?
No, I don't think it's a hotel. I think it's my grandmother had a double mastectomy, so it's probably genetics. She was a very large-breasted woman herself, so I think it's probably genetics. Do I know exactly what it is? No. Am I under doctor's care? Yes. And I'm just waiting for them to okay it. I've gone on 4 antibiotics, and because it pusters and infects, so it's gross.
And you said, well, I know this is true because Anja took the credit. She claimed that she called the Adult Protective Services on you. So did they just show up at your place, or did they call you?
They showed up at our place. I'm actually grateful for it because it's actually helping me toward my disability. So,
and I mean, I'm sure them showing up randomly knocking, you know, you're probably like, who's this now?
Yeah, well, I knew that the social worker showed up when I was in the hospital. One of her workers came over to say that someone showed up at my house. I talked to my husband, and I'm getting some feedback.
What?
But she showed up at the house after I got out of the hospital, and she said, we need to start getting you, you know, the things necessary so you can get on your disability.
Yeah, let's why didn't you guys actually get, like, I know you say you're common law married, but you know, you guys had a lot of money. I mean, it even cost $25 to go down to the town hall and, you know, get a technical piece of paper. I guess it doesn't matter anymore, you know, but a lot of people were under the impression that it was because he had money and you were still getting Medicaid at the time, years ago, when you still had forms.
No, it's just I don't need a piece of paper to, you know.
But don't you think that brings down, like, the, you know, what marriage signifies, what it means?
No,
you know what I mean?
think
like,
it actually makes it more better, and shows it. I don't need the government in my marriage, first of all, and I don't need a piece of paper to prove that I'm married to him. You know, like, if you're spiritually married to someone, if you're with them, if you're loyal to them, I don't need it.
And I understand that, but in the eyes of the law, they don't see it as
well, in
such,
the state of Pennsylvania, you know? Yeah. In the state of Colorado, they recognized our marriage.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I get it, but as soon as you left,
It had nothing to do with welfare. I wasn't on welfare in Colorado, so they're full of shit. So
now, so when adult protected, let me get, you mentioned the hospital. Do you have your hospital bracelet? Do you have, I mean, even if you did, I can't see, you know, the actual what it says, but you have that?
I don't think I do anymore. Why?
Oh no, like, because like, I'm just gonna be, you know, honest with you. A lot of people just, you know, it's a hard story to believe because.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't need to prove what happened to me. I know what happened to me, you know, and the doctors know what happened to me, and my husband knows what happened to me.
And they allowed you to, after you were there, they allowed you to leave with the medication. Like, usually they'd be like, hey, you can't have the medication, like, around you for
leave with the medication.
Like, okay, because you used it to do that, you can't have that so easily around you. Someone else has to, like, Jason has to be the one to give it to you, type of thing.
That never happened, no.
They didn't offer you any services?
No.
You see, they just, like, they would just let you go? Like, at a couple, like, how long were you there? What was it, 3 days, 4 days?
5.
And
5 days, and I was fighting all the time.
And how'd you get there? Did Jason drive you?
The ambulance took me.
But they wouldn't bring you back, like when you were done.
No, I got a taxi back home.
And why wouldn't they? Why didn't you use what do you call it? Like a logistic care or a medical van transport?
They didn't have any. Danville's a very small place.
And that's where Jason was born.
Yeah.
But you said that they were what? They were not being very they weren't being very accommodating to some of the things you wanted them to do.
Well, let's just say after a suicide attempt, it's usually 48 hours after it is very crucial for a patient.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't speak to anyone within 48 hours. And it really significantly pissed me off because it's like I need someone to talk to, and I wasn't talking to anyone. I was pissed.
No, yeah, they leave you alone, but there's what I'm talking about. If you and Jason had an actual "we're married" certificate, then they cannot bar that ever. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't bar that though.
But because he made some videos saying, "Oh, I found out that technically, like, I can't do much if she's in there." He's like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? They can only tell him so much information. They can only go so far. But if you guys were married, he could go in. They could get into more.
Not necessarily. I can sign medical papers so he can view them, which I did. So I gave him a disclosure to sign.
Oh, they gave him a disclosure. Well, they probably did. I mean, but you didn't like the way they treated you in there, huh?
No, they're shitty.
Well, what made them? Remember, these people, they're just, a lot of hospitals are shutting down, so I'm sure any hospital, it's, the bare minimum. They don't get paid a lot.
That's what it was. It was the bare minimum. There was like no cards, no board games, no books, just white walls. And a bunch of people are so brainwashed in that facility. The biggest events they are is like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they have, and I don't understand this, they have like this AA meeting in this place, and they're like, you can come if you want to, and I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic. Like, why would I go to AA if I'm not an alcoholic? I mean, can I talk to someone? Well, you could go to the AA meeting.
Well, I guess they feel like this way you get some tools to just live life on life's terms without any type of...
Yeah, I was suicidal. I wasn't. It had nothing to do with alcohol.
I understand that, but like... Okay, so what do you feel like your vices are? The whatever medicine that you get and that Delta 8 stuff, and I mean, that's it? And Jason was the only one doing the drinking of the Natty Daddies, or... I never even heard of Natty Daddies. When he was drinking that, I was surprised. And that's a lot of things. That's what made me think, about that, because I didn't think you would be okay with him drinking on camera. You never were before.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't like him drinking. He becomes mean.
Well, yeah, like, what I was noticing yesterday, is that how it is all the time?
Can be.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I was surprised, I mean, like I said, I can't take either side. There's stuff I've seen on both sides. But that was the first time that I thought, okay, this person's not even going to listen to any type of reason. He's going to shut down, and I was just surprised. That's the best thing I can say. I was surprised. I did not think that that's what life was like when there's no camera rolling. I thought I thought it was all you. I mean, no offense, but I did.
Most people do think it's me.
But so then, don't you
I
feel?
try to keep my cool. I try to keep my cool.
You know, because just freaking out and yelling and screaming is not going to do anything if someone's trying to, I don't even want to say help you, but just be like, hey, this is what's going on. And if you want to know it, fine. If you don't want to know it, fine. But like, just wasting that energy when I'm sure it's hot in there. You know, you guys got that commode in there. I'm sure just tensions are high. I couldn't waste my energy on that. Oh, and tell him he shouldn't be doing that, swinging his arm around with that Hawaiian punch. He's going to whack his arm out of the socket. You know, going back and forth is one thing, but, you know, like look at baseball players. They can't bring their arm around all the way. I'm just saying it could.
You can't advise someone who doesn't listen.
What does that mean? Oh, you're saying he's kind of a lone wolf. He does what he wants and.
Exactly.
So, what is that like? Like, I feel like you kind of just sitting there and like, you're just like, what are you going to do today?
You just kind of lay low and,
put a helmet on.
pretty much.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was surprised. I really was. You know, like I said, I can't say one's more guilty than the other. I just was surprised. I didn't think that that's what was going on. And you know, if you're being gaslit or attacked for hours and hours, and then after like 2-3 hours, oh, I love you. Like, come on. Like, and again, I'm not trying to talk shit, but that would mentally piss me off too. I don't know how long I would be able to deal with that. You know, pissing me off. Oh, I love you. Pissing me off. Oh, I love you. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I've been there before, like, you know, in my past with people, and I mean, don't you guys have counseling, separate counseling, couple counseling? What's up with that?
We have separate counselors, yeah.
And what does your counselor think?
It's online.
Oh, well.
I'm not going any more details.
Well, you say it's not. No, I mean, like, what do they think? Like, are they giving you guys some tools to try to talk
Of
about?
course, they're therapists. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you gotta find the right one. You know, some of them suck, especially if it's
Most
online.
suck nowadays. So, you know, and it's not the what is that big online therapy thing? This is actually done
BetterHelp?
No, it's not BetterHelp. It's done in an actual place. It's just they started it during COVID for the counselors to talk to you on camera, which I prefer it that way. It makes it a lot easier on me.
So you guys have not one AC unit in there at all. I get it's an older house, but doesn't that get a little much? Like when it's real, I know sometimes, you know, where you guys are, it can get like very, very hot to the point of like you're gonna pass out.
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, you live through it though. You just pour water on you.
Well, do you feel like maybe that's what's, you know, doing some of these things?
It could be. It could be that he's constantly under pressure by someone stalking him constantly by the name of Gary Moore. That doesn't help him very much.
Well, hey, yeah. I mean, if you want to get into G-Man a bit, we could dip our toe into that. His thing is, he came to me, I don't know, I guess whenever he walked away from you guys. I can't remember. Was it a year ago about now? Almost a year ago?
Yeah.
And he was saying, oh, and you know, kind of what I was saying before. He said, "Hey, every time I would go over to that house, Shannon would be there with the kids, and they already had what he called your routine down. And what the routine was, like everything was fine. He saw no type of abuse at all. He didn't see anything because the routine was down. The kids were hugging him, calling him daddy, and you were talking to him about
They were calling him daddy.
I'm just telling you what he said.
What a fucking tard.
He said, well, this is what he said. This is what went down when Jason was in jail.
Oh, okay.
And he said that you had him coming over and that he felt like, oh, I think people are maybe correct in some of the things that they were saying. And that's when he decided that he made a mistake. And he said another last straw was that he was, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just like, okay.
Oh, okay. He said that he had to get some sort of back surgery and he couldn't give you guys money and that you had a problem with that. And that's what made him be like, all right, you know what? I'm not giving no more money. It's done. It's over. You guys are on your own.
I gave my house away when I was going homeless. Good for him. I hope he's happy on that.
Well, you said you gave him a death. You said you made that video that you gave him a death sentence. And he said that the house you gave him was falling apart. I mean, how bad was it? I know that Jason left all the air conditioners on, which caused the blue house, the one that Gary has, or he used to have. They made a couple of holes in the roof or holes in the, because the water drips from the air conditioning units.
Yeah, that happened. But that was fixed up in a day, so.
And he says that your house you're in now needs some repairs as well.
He's full of shit. It's none of his business what's going on in his house. He's psycho.
Do you guys have hot water now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't for a couple weeks or something?
Yeah, we were waiting for the guy to get to the house. But it's fixed now. No problemo. Yeah, we got it fixed.
Well, what do you think you want to do? Do you want to move on and try to get into a smaller place? Is that what your guys' ultimate plan would be, to get into a place that's a lot smaller, no steps? I mean, can you imagine being on one floor?
I would love to get maybe a trailer because that's single steps, be easier to get around.
What happened to that the car that you guys used to have? He left it on the side of the road. Is that true? What was it? The SUV? The SUV that had the tire? Because you guys have I saw that Jason's in another car, but it's got 100,000 miles on it or something.
It was the car was given back to the
dealer
place. Yeah.
But I thought he bought it outright.
No.
Okay. And then you had another car, which was an older car.
Cadillac, yeah.
Yeah, what happened to that one?
It was sold.
Jason needs to learn some trades. I mean, if he doesn't know how to change a tire or the oil, these are just easy things that I get at first. It's kind of confusing, but if you can watch a YouTube video about it, they're not that complicated.
I know how to do it.
Yeah, but he should.
Well, yeah, I guess
so. So how'd you guys get this vehicle?
I'm not going to disclose anything in that.
But it looked like an older car because it had, I said.
I'm not going to disclose anything like that.
Okay, well.
Safety reasons.
So what happened with this internet fiasco? You guys had internet, you lost internet, and then now you.
Oh, that, yeah. We had this Xfinity Wi-Fi pass, right? And you could get a Wi-Fi pass from Xfinity from the tower. The thing is like ever since the flood in Scranton happened, we had no way of getting on the internet. Like there's just something significantly wrong with the tower, or I don't know. It's like there was like a no internet mesh around our house or something like that, like a cage. I don't know. But he could go outside and get the internet. But when he came inside the house, he couldn't get anything. And it was working for quite a while. But we got that taken care of, thank God.
Well, why don't you guys get the Xfinity offers a $10 a month program where if you don't have the money, you just basically rent the modem and they give you the internet for free. It's not the best, but it's basically, it's enough to stream.
I don't know about that program, so I don't know if it's in the state. I didn't hear about it, but
because otherwise, you guys needed that 45. So, are you good now for internet, or you're only good month to month? Like what? How?
We're good month to month, so we're gonna figure that out as the time comes.
So are you still streaming on Instagram?
Yeah, we do.
So what made you want to come back to YouTube?
We were just asked by so many people to do it, so we finally were just like, fine, let's just do it. See what happens.
Yeah, because I feel like, YouTube is going to take the channel down if you try to monetize, because that's their thing. They just do it.
Well, we'll find out, I guess. Whatever happens, happens.
And then you'll just start over again if that happened?
We'll figure it out when it happens. If it happens, we'll figure it out.
Why didn't you stay on Rumble? I mean, Rumble
I don't like Rumble.
Well, I know Rumble could be complicated, but at least you're instantly monetized.
Yeah, but I don't like Rumble. So.
I mean, you don't like using it's I
don't like the people that are on it.
Oh, okay. So it's not so much how it works. It's you don't like the platform.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, you see it. I've been making videos for quite a while, and I don't know. Like, I just personally feel that if sometimes when stuff was on its way coming down, if you guys would have just been like, hey, listen, fun is fun, but a lot of shit just went down and I can't deal with this, or I'm just going to be straight on and I'm going to be honest and say what's up. I think people would have done well more with that than just having some denials on things, because there would be.
Well, I'm not going to admit to something that isn't true, Draven. Would you?
Well, the thing is, you would make a video, right? And either one of you would get upset or both, and then somebody would be away, whether it be you or Jason, and then while one of you were away, the other one would make a video saying things, and then a couple weeks later, the other one would come back, and then you guys would be all fine again, and then acting like that's not what we saw. And I think, a lot of people would tell me, like, well, what the hell is that about?
I don't know what you're talking about, but, like, couples have fights.
Well, yeah, I know. Do you feel like because...
get over them.
Well, do you feel like...
It's not my fault the internet blows it out of the proportion and think that we're going to break up every single time we have a fight.
Well, I don't think they want you to break up because they want to make things worse. I think they think that would make things better. Because like I said, after what I saw, you know, I didn't know it was like that. And
Not
you know,
always like that. Only when he's really stressed.
yeah, but like, don't you feel like that's a cop out? And again, I'm not trying to like, you know, I'm asking, okay? No judgments. I'm just saying, like, we could all be stressed, but I think sometimes people have to be like, all right, enough's enough with this, and I need to try to, you know, figure this out. If you really want to figure out these things, all these things you talk about, all these things you say that are going on, I think people could listen to you more if, you know, you would keep that same energy and idea the whole way through instead of like, you know, all right. Like, I remember when you were saying, Jason's going to go, I'm kicking him out, that's it. And I thought, okay, he's done. And then next thing you know, he comes home and he made that video recently that, you know, when you were away saying that you didn't give him the money back of the bailout money. You gave out like what was left. So, what was left over? Like from the bailout money. Now I understand that past is the past, but he's saying that you know, that you got high with it. And I'm not high off anything illegal, like, you know, Delta 8 and stuff like that. And, you know, you gotta think about that. Like, I've seen those videos, and a lot of people have seen those videos. It is what it is. No judgments. But I feel like if you go, yeah, you know, I did not want him around, and that's why I spent the money. Hey, I understand. After seeing what I saw, I understand. You know, because especially when you have a lot of decisions to make and people around, you're like, oh my God, like, what did I do? Like, how did I get in this situation? So believe me, like, if you decided you didn't want him around at that point, I completely understand, because I never saw that side of Jason. I didn't know what was real, what was not real, you know? Hold on. Your thing is muted. I can't hear you. Oh, hold on. Stepping out. I don't even think that was that bad, folks. I don't even think that was that bad.
Oh, the screens flicker and fry as Shaw dances with delight. Pause, tapping to the beat in this digital street.
Take that, depression!